What's good, y'all? I hope y'all having a good day, and I hope y'all making some money in the markets. But it's your boy, Greg Trades Frame by Frame, and today I'm here with some market psychology, and today we're gonna be talking about how to avoid the main fears of trading. So to start off, the main fears of trading, the only way to really conquer that, in my opinion, is with a lot of experience. But the first thing that I want to talk about is FOMO, otherwise known as fear of missing out. And this term just means that you have a fear of missing out on opportunities that other people are in. So this could mean certain people are in the trade and you see them making a lot of money, they're profiting, and you're like, oh, like I want to get some, like, and then your fear makes you do certain things in trading. So understanding this fear of missing out will help you become a better trader. So next, I want to talk about some things that will set off your fear of missing out during your trading sessions. To list a few of the things: volatile markets, big winning streaks, repetitive losses, success stories, news and rumors, social media hype. And I'm going to talk a little bit about all of those. So volatile markets can, set off your fear of missing out because you see that the trades or, the currency that you're trading is moving a lot. And obviously, you know that there's a lot of money that's being made, and you think that you could get the money, and without you, using your proper strategy, your proper risk, and proper research, you just get into the trade because you see that there's a lot of motion. Big winning streaks can make you have a fear of missing out because sometimes you might get on a winning streak and then you're still looking for trades, and you don't really see a trade that you like. But because you have this confidence from winning so many trades back to back, you decide to just get into a trade that is maybe not the best trade or some trade that you normally would take. And this can cause you to, lose a trade. Next, repetitive losses. And this is pretty self-explanatory. Just you losing a lot and then you have a fear of missing out on some wins because you finally think that, oh, maybe this trade is going to be the one that's going to be my win, instead of you being patient and taking your time and research to take the next trade. And if you lose a trade, you lose a trade and you learn from it. But don't have a fear of getting into a trade unless you know it's going to be a good trade, and don't just jump into a trade because you've been losing. Next is looking at other people's success stories, and this is fine, and I guess this is maybe why I kind of don't really look into it that much, but sometimes I will here and there, but I try not to, oversaturate myself with this type of content because I don't know, it's not really bad to, look at it too much, but this can kind of sometimes push you into thinking that your time is next and that you're next up when you haven't done all the experience and learning that you need to get to that level yet. So sometimes, overwatching those success stories can just make you think that you're on the timeline that you're not in yet, but that's okay. And you can always watch those, but just be mindful and be patient with yourself if you're going to watch that type of content. Next, news and rumors, and that's pretty self-explanatory too. Just, the hype news that, oh, this trade is going up, it just broke this record for over 20 years, it hasn't passed this point, or whatever the case might be. Don't just jump into the trade because you're hearing something, which a lot of times you might win or, get some of that profit, but a lot of times it might reverse as soon as you get into those trades. And this has happened to me, so I can tell y'all from my personal experience, don't just, trade to, be with the hype. And that also goes with the social media hype too. Don't just follow people that are on social media posting their trades, because not everybody is really trading like that. And I don't really got to say too much on that, but you know who is really trading and who's not. For the most part, if you see, too much stuff that's just unbelievable, it probably is not true. So don't let that stuff, cloud your judgment. And even if it is, true or whatever, they probably did make some money, where some of these people are actually making money. I'm not here to say that everybody on there is lying, because everybody is not lying on there. It's just a few people that make a bad name for, I guess, the whole trading space. But anyways, I'm not trying to, ramble too much. I'm gonna go ahead into the next part. So I kind of already mentioned some ways for y'all to avoid certain pitfalls and the fear of missing out. But just to close out, it's not about ignoring certain things that are happening in the market. It's about listening to everything and hearing all the noise, but not letting one little small thing or some dramatic news story shift how you want to trade. Don't let anything shift how you want to trade, or when you want to get into a trade, or how much you want to trade. If anything is, changing how you want to get into a trade, then you should take a second look at it before you decide to get into that trade. And if you're starting out and you don't really know a way to manage this fear of missing out, and you find yourself jumping into these trades constantly, and you don't really know how to really fix this, a suggestion that I would give you is you don't necessarily have to get a notebook and write things down, because I know not a lot of people are doing that, but some people do prefer to still write things down. But if you're like me, then you probably can just go on your phone. And what I used to do, I would take a screenshot of the trades, and I would write down in my notes why I got into this trade and how I feel about the trade, and just how I'm going with the trade. Just if I'm holding it like a swing trade, then I'm probably looking like the next day, or like every day I'm updating the notes section, just how I feel about the trade until I decide to get out the trade. And then once the trade completes or whatever, once I get out of the trade, I can go back to my notes and look at why I got into this trade. And that really helped me get into more similar trades that were winning, and really helped me find a lot of the trading setups that I like to get into. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see y'all in the next one. Make sure that y'all forget how to quit.